Alright, hey everybody, Sawyer. This time we're doing something a little different. It's basically a comic book haul, but it's unboxing, I guess you could say, mail call. So, I ordered some books off Amazon a couple days ago, and it came in today, so we're gonna go ahead and look at it. Now, this is basically just like a random lot, blind buy kind of thing. I think I paid like $12 for this, and there's like supposed to be 25 books, I believe. And they're supposed to be from all, it's supposed to be a random pile, just all different kind of things. I'm assuming that I'm expecting lots of 90s or modern age books. That's mostly what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a lot of fringe companies like Dynamic or Boom Comics. Stuff that's not really as mainstream as DC and Marvel. But that's fine. I mean, I just enjoy looking for these, opening them. Uh, Basically, all this stuff is just going in my little shop that I do. It's basically just going into my long boxes there for sale. So it's just really a way to stock up with some cheap dollar books basically. Because anytime I can get a number of books and pay less for the number of books than the actual number of books, I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. Like for example, 25 books for $12 is a pretty good deal. I think that's a really good deal. Even if they're all just throwaway books, it's fine with me. I like that. Because the thing is, I can probably sell most of these over time for like $1, $2, maybe $3 or $4, depending on what they are. And you never know. Like, so you might get some variant covers or something, or you might get a first appearance of somebody from like 2005, and all of a sudden they're just really popular now because there's a new movie or something out with it, or that characters become more popular than the comic books themselves. That stuff does happen sometimes. Like I'm pretty sure, nobody was thinking that. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like nobody was thinking that first appearance of Deadpool was going to be as big as it is today. Like 5 years ago. So, but anyway, let's just get into it. They're all. I got them right here on the side. They were in the box, but I took them out of the box, and they're in a big bag, so I had to cut the bag open. And so of course I saw the first book that's on top, so that was kind of unfortunate. It kind of took away a little bit of the appeal of the mystery to me. I kind of wish when they do these, they would just put like a piece of cardboard over the top of the book, so I can't see. Yeah, that's wishful thinking. The first one actually is a cool book, so I'm actually kind of excited because I wasn't expecting something like this in this lot. Is a Punisher Warzone. It's pretty cool, and this is issue number 4. Yeah, I love Punisher. I wasn't expecting to see a Punisher book, especially a Punisher book that's like from the 80s, 90s era. Definitely wasn't expecting that. It's not enough. It's not enough. I don't think these don't have boards. So that's a little kind of. I think the last time I bought one of these, they had boards, which was cool. But I'm fine with that if the books are actually good books. You know what I mean? They gotta cut their costs somehow. The people that make these. So yeah, pretty cool Punisher book. I wasn't expecting that. Definitely, definitely a nice way to start the pile. I was honestly just expecting a whole bunch of like nameless Boom comics or Dynamic comics, and some 90s X-Men, and maybe some 2008 like Hawk or something. Just random bullshit. And I'm also expecting like a bunch of duplicates, because last time I bought one of these, I got like 2 or 3 duplicates within the same box, like 2 of one comic, 2 of another comic. So. But we'll see. And the next book is actually pretty impressive too. It's not in a bag or a board, which is a little weird, but it's still in pretty good shape for traveling like this. It's in pretty good shape. Got this Avengers number 225. Featuring, it's got the Black Knights on the cover, and that's pretty cool. I like that. So far, I'm really impressed. It's only 2 books in, but I'm really impressed. I was not expecting books from these eras to be in this pile. I was not expecting that at all. Next up we have Captain America 343. Pretty cool little 90s Captain America issue. It's got this one guy on here. I don't know if that's actually Falcon. Who is that? Who is that black guy with the shield? I don't know. But yeah, kind of. This one's a little dinged up. You can see there's like some I don't know what you call that. It's like spine damage. Well, I don't think spine damage, but there's like a crease like right here. So that's, I mean, it's not really it's not a big thing. It's pretty superficial. So next up we have this X Factor 75. This is definitely a 90s X-Men book, like I was talking about. You're always bound to see those and these kind of things. But yeah, that's cool. Kind of a cool cover. I'm still pretty impressed with this pile. Okay, now we're starting to get to a couple more modern age books. We have this Factor Spider-Man number 235. Well, this is actually new. This is actually older than I thought it was. I thought it was like super new, but this is a 1996 apparently. So yeah, that's kind of interesting cover. Next up we have the Fantastic 3. I didn't know there was it's actually bagged upside down for some reason. We have the Fantastic 3 number 384. So I didn't know this was a thing. That's kind of interesting. I don't really see Fantastic Four books that often. They don't find their way into my collection all that often. Alright, next up we have the Avengers, the Initiative number 2. Pretty cool cover. I actually like this cover. I like the way War Machine or whatever is flying down. It's kind of interesting. This is number 2, and yeah, that's probably the most modern book I've seen so far in this pile. Let's see what else we got here. I don't even know what this is. I've never heard of this. I never heard of it. It looks like an underground comic. We got Starbucks. How do you say that? Whatever. Our Star Trucks. Whatever. This is number 2. And apparently this is it's actually a Marvel book. Apparently it's some kind of like, well, it says E-Comics up there, but then it also says Epic Comics up there, but then it says Marvel at the bottom. So apparently this is like an imprint that Marvel did, because the imprints were popular. I don't really like the art at all. The art's really weird and it's kind of got like that digitalized, digital art they were trying to kind of did a lot like in the 90s or whatever. What's the year? Well, this came out in 1985, so it's actually older than I thought it was. That's interesting. Next up we have, this actually looks pretty cool. It's dinged up a little bit, but I don't like the spine is a little fucked up, but this is a pretty cool comic I've never heard of. We got G.I. Zombie number 1, so that's cool. It's a really cool cover. I actually like that cover a lot. Okay. Then we have, let's see, Green Lantern number 177. Kind of interesting. Is this I wonder if this is a comic that has any kind of importance, because it has that female chick on it, and I'm assuming that's supposed to be, who's that chick supposed to be? Anybody know? Is that like that Jennifer Cruz or whatever? I don't keep up with newer DC or Marvel, but I'm just trying to see. Oh, there's a Magic advertisement in this book. You don't see that too often. Magic the Gathering advertisement. I don't know. I mean, maybe this is just one of her random appearances, but I thought maybe it was a first appearance for a second. It's probably not, though. Okay. I was just trying to flip through it to see if it was like a first appearance or an important issue or something, because it does say hello goodbye on the cover, which kind of made me think it was some kind of important story. Next up we have Infinity Crisis Special, the Ron Guardian War number 1. Pretty cool cover, more of a modern book again. This one's featuring Hawkman, almost a Hawkeye, Hawkman, Green Lantern, and Adam Strange. Adam Strange is a really cool character that you just do not see. Oh, he's over here actually. You do not see that often anymore. I mean, you see him a little bit more now. Like they've been trying to pull him back out of obscurity, but he's a really awesome old Silver Age character. Okay. Oh man, that next book has actually got me really excited that I haven't got to yet. But then we have Detective Comics number 22. Really cool cover. I actually like that a lot. Is that supposed to be Deathstroke? Is that supposed to be like? That's supposed to be half Deathstroke, half Batman. I don't know, but it looks cool. It's a really cool cover. It's a really cool cover. Pretty interesting. Now this book is pretty exciting for me, man. I was not expecting. It's probably not. I'm sure it's not worth anything, but I just wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting this out of a freaking damn random lot of less than $1 books. That's awesome. Because you basically got to think of this. This is basically a dollar pile. This is basically a dollar bin. You know, it's what I bought. You know, small dollar bin. So this is really cool. You got Dead Man #5. I'm a really big Dead Man fan, and this looks like this looks like it's from the original Dead Man series, and it looks like it's in really good shape actually. You know, there is a little bit of there's a little bit of like I don't know what you call those. I need to figure out what the term is. Like little creases on the spines. Like you can kind of tell there's a little bit. Trying to get it real close. You can tell over here there's a little bit of like kind of wear and tear on the spine, but but it is a really crisp cover. Like the cover and the back and stuff are just really good shape. And it's a cool little back. And I don't know what this is made out of, but this feels like some better material than what you normally get your comic books out of. Like if the pages are just real thick. I don't know what that is. And it's a Neal Adams cover, so that's always cool. You know, you got of course, Dead Man's it's with Batman on the cover because they're always together. You know, that's just their thing they do. But yeah, I'm actually really impressed. That's so far that is my most exciting thing to see from this lot. My second most exciting thing was to see the Punisher book. So far those two books have made me happy that I bought this lot. Yeah. So let's keep going because there's still a pretty good amount of books to go through. What is this? This is Aftershock, The Batman Chronicles, #14. I've never heard of this particular story, but it looks kind of interesting. It's kind of cool. It's from 1998. You can kind of tell because it kind of has that 90s Tim Drake and 90s Huntress, you know, style art. Okay. Oh, okay, I know what this is now. I was like, what the fuck? This is a vertical book. It's Shade the Changing Man. He's a really little known kind of, I think he's a Steve Ditko creation. He's a really little known Steve Ditko character from like the 70s of DC. And he wasn't very popular, but for some reason Vertical decided to bring him back. Like some writer at Vertical, you know, made a comic book about him. And I think I don't think it was still that popular, but it definitely brought him back in the general public. Like this, usually when you hear about Shape the Changing Man, you think of that particular Shade. You think of that particular Vertical run. But I always remember him from the Suicide Squad. He was a member of the 80s Suicide Squad for a little while. He was pretty cool. Oh, this next book's cool. I like this. I mean, it's not as exciting as the Dead Man book, but it's still pretty cool. I'm definitely a fan of this particular series. We have The Question. What issue is this? Number 20. You know, 1988. This one's a little banged up compared to some of the other books. Some of the other books of this time period that are in this collection. Yeah, you do. There is a little bit of damage with a staple up at the top. You know, the staple's it's got some like wear and tear around it, but it's still holding together very well. I just love this Question run, man. It's so gritty. Like this is one of those things that you can kind of tell it's basically like how the DC started getting really gritty, like very similar to the Green Arrow run of this time period, and you know, and you can tell that this is like. You can tell The Question is inspiration for Rorschach from this book. You can so tell it. So that's it. Next up we have what is this? I don't even know what this is. Yeah, we just have this book. Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But yeah, this is like cool little 90s looking book from some independent company. I was waiting for the independent books. I mean, I was waiting for them. I knew they were coming. We have another Epic Comics issue. This is number 1? Number 2? This is someone called Moonshadow. I don't know what that means. It says it's a fairy tale for grown-ups, so I'm assuming it's for mature readers. 1985. I'm gonna have to look up and find out what exactly Epic Comics was about. Like what the deal with that was. Okay. Next up we have another kind of independent looking comic. This little thing. I don't know what that is, but it's whatever. It's kind of like some anime-ish style art. I don't really care for that. Yeah, we're starting to get kind of in some. We're kind of getting some like less attractive books, but you know, I'm just fine. I got more than what I was expecting from this so far. Um, this is something called X Mutants, or I'm not. I think it's a 40-page special, whatever it is. Another Eternally comics, kind of cool. All female, mostly female led, book. I think it's like one dude in that cover. He could identify as a woman though. I don't know. I don't really judge people like that. So that's kind of cool. Then we have the Lake of Fire #3. That's kind of cool. Um, so I do recognize this guy. Well, I think I recognize that guy. Wait, what? It says Matt Smith. Is that the same? That ain't the same Matt Smith that it's Doctor Who, is it? Like, I mean, I'm sure it has to be somebody else with the same name because I'm pretty sure that man doesn't write and draw comic books. But anyway, that's kind of cool. It's a cool concept. You got this kind of like medieval looking dude, like knight dude on a horse fighting some like sci-fi looking alien things. It's like a little mashup of genres there. Then we have, let's see, what's this? We have Savage Dragon #13. I actually have, I think, a copy of this somewhere. This seems to be a very, widely accessible issue. Like this, I see this all the time. I don't know what it is about that particular cover, but I see it all the time. See, next up we have the Walking Dead number 163. This is a little 25-cent special that they came out with recently whenever Image had their anniversary. So yeah, they snuck a little 25-cent book into this pile. But that's fine because this is, it's a Walking Dead book, and Walking Dead is kind of a, Walking Dead is a pretty big book. So you just wait. If you wait a few years, this won't be worth 25 cents anymore. It'll be worth more. It does look. I think it's all fucked up though. I can't tell if that's the way the cover is supposed to be, but there's a whole lot of little. I don't know. I can't tell. There's a whole lot of little dings on there. Like, I don't know if that's just supposed to be like some kind of like. I don't. At first, I thought it was supposed to be some kind of like effect to make the cover look older, but I think it's just some kind of wear and tear on the cover. Then we have. This is another one that kind of has some wear and tear looking stuff, but I think this one's actually meant to look like this. This is Free Comic Book Day, 2000 AD. Kind of a Judge Dredd, thing with the making fun of the classic X-Men Days of Future Past cover. This is it's a Free Comic Book Day book, so yeah, whatever. But it's kind of cool. Judge Dredd's a kind of a cool, popular character. And the last book we have for this kind of haul thing is. It is a Conan book, number 40 from Dark Horse Comics. Kind of a newer Conan book. Kind of a cool cover though. Yeah, kind of classic Conan. So yeah, that's cool. So all in all, I'm glad I bought this. It was a pretty good lot. I actually like this lot a lot better than the previous one I bought, which I did not record. Well, actually, I think I did record it. Yeah, I think I did. I don't think I recorded it live, but I think I recorded it after I opened it. And it's somewhere very, very far back in my channel. Like, you have to go back like 7 months or something. But yeah, and this out of the two lots like this I've bought, I'm definitely more happy with this one. I wasn't expecting some of the stuff I got. Like the Dead Man book is awesome. The Punisher book was a nice surprise. And there was a few other things that I was kind of excited to get. Let's see, let's go back real quick. The Walking Dead book's not bad. I'm happy about that. Because Walking Dead is something I could easily try to. I could easily kind of. I think I could easily flip. Let's see. I'm excited about the Question book. I really like Question, so I was happy about that. The Batman Aftermath book is pretty cool. I don't mind that. This is pretty cool. I like that. Batman's an easy thing that people love Batman, so I can easily get rid of that. I think Guardian War is pretty cool. The Green Lantern book is pretty cool. I mean, there's some Green Lantern fans out there. I'm not really a Green Lantern fan, but the G.I. Zombie book's actually really cool. That's awesome. Actually, I don't really know how easy it is to get rid of, but and then you got these things. I mean, The Avengers book is alright. I mean, I can move that. I can probably move that. Fantastic 3, Spider-Man, whatever. The X Factor. The Captain America book's pretty cool. And the Avengers book was the other one that I couldn't think of that I was pretty excited to get. So yeah, you know, definitely better than what I was expecting. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'm probably gonna do more of these. I'm probably just gonna keep buying these things for a while. Like I said, they're only like $12. You get like 25 books, so it's a pretty good. To me, it's a pretty good investment, especially if you're just trying. Especially if you're like me and you're just trying to build up your catalog of books, and you're just trying to build up your variety of books. That's all I really try to do. I'm not, you know, I'm not one that's trying to. I'm not trying to complete any runs here. I basically like to have a really big variety collection, so I can go out to the shows and just put out displays and stuff. I'm not really looking to. And I like to have a lot of dollar books. Like I like to have a lot of cheap end books that people can just kind of flip through. So I'm not really looking to get like all these keys and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't mind keys, but when I buy these, I'm basically just trying to fill in like little gaps for different different niches, different companies. Like I like having a lot of different categories, companies, and all that stuff. So it's cool. I enjoy that. So yeah. I'll probably definitely pick up a few more of these. I'll probably try to pick up at least one. Don't hold me to this, but I'll try to pick up at least one of these and do one of these kind of unboxing videos per week. We're definitely gonna try that. Starting with probably starting within next week, which will be like next year. So yeah. So thanks guys for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.